If I have not read a book, what right do I have to claim it's a great book? You're saying foreigners came and corrupted our minds and our education system. How do you know exactly? How exactly do you know? We were independent, we were sovereign. We were sovereign people, free people. The fact is, we didn't want to. Let's take it on ourselves. Rather than blaming Macaulay, vote the leader out if he is unable to bring in the right kinds of policies in education. How will my present improve if I keep blaming some random external force from the past for all my miseries in the present? You're talking of the ancient scriptures. That's exactly what I teach. You have to become vulnerable to the information.
Acharya Ji, good evening. My name is Vikas. Can we say that as we were discussing that our education system has been destroyed mainly by the foreign things? And second is, maybe can we say that the wisdom we are talking about, the elders and ancestors, if they had gone through really all the sacred books like Vedas and Gitas, so they would have become more wise?
Who?
Our ancestors and elders. Actually, we have all the books, but maybe nobody read that as much.
Have you read? Then how are you able to claim this? You see, even this is coming from flawed education.
That's what I am saying, that even if we have not been...
Sir, please stay with me, step by step. If I have not read a book, what right do I have to claim it's a great book? Again, that is identification with the glory of the past, right? And that too is coming from the same flawed education that we are referring to. You're saying foreigners came and corrupted our minds and our education system. How do you know exactly? How exactly? Even this is a part of the social education received, or WhatsApp education. No? How exactly do you know? I'm neither supporting nor denying this. I'm just asking, how do you know? How do you know?
In our all the childhood studies we have done from nursery to till education, highly graduation, we have never, in our system, we have never learnt about the books. We were supposed to.
No, you have not learnt about them, but your education system is not coming from foreigners. You have had an education minister right since 1947, and that's an education minister democratically elected by you. Why blame foreigners? Today, if climate change and the corresponding calamity finds no mention in our textbooks, are foreigners responsible for this? Why do we need to drag foreigners into it? What stopped us as a sovereign state? What stopped us from having the right curricula? We were independent, we were sovereign. We were fighting China and Pakistan, and we were resisting the US. And we said we are non-aligned. We won't go even with the USSR. We were sovereign people, free people. And if we are a free people, who coerced us into having an enslaved syllabus? Nobody. The fact is, we didn't want to. Let's take it on ourselves. Today you can do whatever you want to, right? You're a free people and a free country. Why didn't you do it? And if your leaders were not doing it, why didn't you pull the leaders down? We have elections all the time, all the years, all the months. Some election is happening somewhere. Vote the leaders out. Rather than blaming Macaulay, vote the leader out if he is unable to bring in the right kinds of policies in education. How will my present improve if I keep blaming some random external force from the past for all my miseries in the present? Why am I overweight? It is because of the Portuguese. You see, come on, I'm not joking. It's because of the Portuguese. They were the last, to leave India, Goa. and their civilization. They turned Goa into some kind of a place that looks so much like Portugal. And it's so wonderful and so different from India because they stayed in Goa for so long. The evil people. So I feel like going to that place because it doesn't require a visa. And still has a Portuguese influence in culture. Is that not an innocent question to ask? Maybe they did something mischievous at that point. Maybe they did, indeed. But what stops me from, being my own man today? You're talking of the ancient scriptures. That's exactly what I teach. And it's incredibly difficult to get people to study them. And that's not because of the British or the French or the Portuguese. When I say come and we'll study the Gita together or the Upanishads together, that's exactly the scriptures you are talking of, sir, right? That's what I teach. Come. The Gita in the most rigorous way possible. Come.
I would like to combine my question with personal as well as this topic as well. See, as and when I have trouble or any challenges in my life, I go to Acharya Prashant, write my question, I get the answer. So this is the information which I gather in myself. Even what you are talking right now is an information. How can I make myself so much aware that the information is becoming a consciousness? Like what can be the rituals for it, for my personal life as well as...
Engage with it. Engage with it. Which means you have to become vulnerable to the information. Which means you cannot just keep the information in your palm or in your pocket. Which means you have to allow it to hit your heart. Engage with it. And by that I do not mean accept it. No, I'm saying engage with it. Talk to it. Have a to and fro relationship with it. Wrestle with it. Punch it and allow it to punch you. Engage with whatever is being said. I'm not talking of devotion here. No. I'm not talking of blind acceptance here. No. Engagement is a different thing. So I've said something. Right? And it's been said in a particular context, in a particular way. Go back and look up whether what I'm saying is corroborated by hard numbers. Because the topic at hand is so vast, even a week is insufficient to fully deal with it. So why don't you go back and read more about it? Why don't you check up whether the numbers that I have quoted are actually genuine? And there are so many gaps in the information I have provided. Why don't you go back and fill up those blanks on your own? Because standing here, I cannot communicate everything.